Okay. Eine Dokumentation über Ü50 Raver in Großbritannien. Was kann schiefgehen, sag ich. Okay, wir haben ja also...
What's that there?
That's a bit of coke.
Oh, you just put it in your mouth like that?
Yeah.
I can't deal with the fact that you just munch that, though.
Mal gucken, ob die gut ist, Chat. Ja, wir brechen ab, wenn Scheiß ist. So wie immer.
It has been commonly accepted that your 20s are the time to party before calming down and respecting yourself.
So wie bei euch, Chat. Erinnert euch an eure wilden 20er Jahre, wo ihr Party gemacht habt, damit ihr euch später im Leben beruhigt quasi, sobald die große 3 erreicht wird? Also ich kenne das nicht von mir. Ich bin ganz ehrlich, Chat. Ich habe meinen kompletten 20er gezockt. Weiter.
But increasingly, it seems that British people have a different idea. When are you going to stop partying?
Well, I bet.
Over 3.7 million over 45s go raving once a week in the UK.
You partying?
Du warst noch nie auf einer Party, du bist 24. Mach dir keinen Stress, Bro. Wenn du Bock hast auf Party, geh auf eine Party. Aber denk dir nicht so FOMO-mäßig, weißt du? FOMO. Fear of Missing Out. Die Angst, etwas zu verpassen. Kein FOMO-Shit in deinem Kopf, Bro. Alles ist gut. Du bist 24, Homie.
Party's life, you know what I mean? Rave till the grave.
And there has been a 518% increase in over 60s being treated for cocaine-related issues since 10 years ago. As these ravers are getting older, their hearts are getting weaker, and the drugs are getting stronger. Will physiology prove to be the ultimate party pooper?
It could just take one hit of cocaine to tip that heart right over the edge.
Or have these pioneers unlocked the key to eternal youth? I'm 27, going on 28, which I know isn't old, but a lot of my friends seem to be hanging up their boots and they're almost stopping partying, which obviously really scares me because I don't want to do that at all. I think if you were to ask anyone, they would say, I'm going to be that grandma at the rave who's always having a good time. Ta-da! As I get older, I probably would start to worry about the impact that partying has on my body. So when I hear about people that are 60, 70, even 80 taking party drugs, I do find that a bit shocking. Are they legends or is their use problematic?
Problematic.
When does the party need to end? Or does it? I'm going to Newcastle to attend a rave dedicated to old school acid house and trance. This is basically a support network for ageing ravers.
I've been raving for 35 years. You'll never recreate what was there, but this is the best we'll get. How old are you?
53. I've got arthritis now, so my bones are a bit sore.
I've got one leg and I'm still going. I'm 52.
What the fuck?
Nearly 60. And we're back
Das ist übrigens Großbritannien für euch, Chat, ja? Nur so nebenbei.
out into it now. Going to stay alternate.
Rave to the bloody grave. It keeps you young and keeps you going, that's what I say.
You're not finding a better movement than this. Hello, mate, all right?
I'm meeting up with one of the regulars on the senior party scene. Gary Shepherd is a 57-year-old Scottish raver with an adoration for Dutch hardcore.
How do you feel when you're at these parties and at a rave and everyone around you is young?
You know, you can be standing at the front of a rave and suddenly get a feeling, why am I still here?
Yeah.
I should have retired years ago. But I've got a big support of fellow family ravers. That's the only way I can describe it. These are the people I come down with on the bus.
He's the main man and he's sort of who behaves.
Ohne den Untertitel hätte ich nicht verstanden, was er gesagt hat.
Yeah.
Something else, man.
I'm well known in the rave scene and have been for 30 years.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm in amongst the celeb.
Yeah, yeah. So I could never give it up.
Do you think that'll be me? Because I love to party.
It could well be you. You know, you're never too old to rave.
Hitting the dance floor, it was amazing to see Gary in his prime. And he definitely seemed to be an icon of the scene.
He knows absolutely everyone.
Das, gib mir wieder warm.
Das war so ein 45-Jähriger. Was macht der jetzt, Chat? Er will einen Boiler haben. Ein Bump.
Take that one there. I'll probably do to start with, but
This is just standard amphetamine. It gets me through the night. Oh man, you need water from that.
So what was that you just did?
That was some speed.
Some speed?
Out of his bag.
Banging Scottish amphetamine. And I'll be down the front giving it.
It always gives you that energy that you need at a rave.
And so tonight you'll be on speed and maybe a...
Man sieht jetzt schon in seinem Gesicht, Chat, dass da was in seinem Kopf passiert, Alter. Guck dir den apathischen Blick an.
Ecstasy pill?
Yeah, ecstasy later on. When it's always nice taking an ecstasy pill when it starts to get dark. Hot in Amsterdam.
Best information I've ever had in my life was for Gary at a club one night.
Really?
Aye, he said that you can always add on, but you can't take off.
So Gary is almost a safe drug person.
No, he's just respected and looked up to, and you know that if Gary's at the rave, things are all right, eh?
Gary, go and have a dance.
Gary is truly living his best life, but with more raving and drug-taking years under the belt, sadly...
So, Chat. Ich verstehe natürlich die ganzen Komplikationen, die mit Drogenkonsum einhergehen im Ü40-Alter, nahezu 50-Alter. Aber ich sag mal, vergleichsweise zu so manch anderen 45-jährigen Chat, die ich kenne, IRL, lässt der es zumindest echt krachen in seinem Leben. Muss man ihn zumindest lassen. Ja. Alles andere sei dahingestellt. Ich meine, der ist alt genug.
...becomes more opportunity for tragedy.
I lost my best friend last May. It's partying all week on a Saturday morning. They fell asleep on the couch and never woke up.
Oh my
God. Does that not scare you at all?
It does, and it doesn't because these people, they don't know when to stop.
So that's your almost tip, is know where your limits are and be able to stop.
Definitely, yeah. But as long as I've got my 2 feet and walk and that and my health's okay, I'll carry on raving.
Gary was a bit of an inspiration to me in many ways because he was a big advocate for the safe sesh, and even the people around him, he was telling how to do everything in moderation, which is really what everybody should be doing at that.
Ich war mal 2013 Chat auf einer Goa. Meine allererste, die ich jemals besucht habe. Und ich sage nicht wo, Chat, weil ansonsten ist nicht gut. Okay? Ich war auf dieser Goa-Party und da waren auch alle übel knallhigh. Ich war tatsächlich nüchtern da, Chat. Kein Scherz übrigens. Fragt Sven Sinclair, der war mit mir da, der kann es beweisen. Ich war so nüchtern, Chat, dass die Leute mich angesprochen haben, dass ich nüchtern aussehe. Da war so eine Frau, Chat, ich habe euch die Geschichte schon mal erzählt, okay? Da kam so eine Frau auf mich zu, die war irgendwie, sagen wir mal so 29, sah aus wie 41 und die hatte ziemlich gute Menschenkenntnis, sind wir ganz ehrlich, Chat. Ich war dann da, mit der Mütze übrigens, nur so nebenbei, war ich mit der Mütze auf dem Festival und dann kam so ein Typ an und meint so, ey, Bro, wo wohnst du? Und ich meinte so, ich studiere in Aachen. Da habe ich noch nicht YouTube gemacht, Chat, okay? Oder gerade erst am Anfang. Und dann meinte er so, oh, Aachen, da kannst du mit der Bahn nach Holland fahren und Weed kaufen und dann mit der Bahn wieder zurückfahren. Mega nice. Und ich so, ja. Und dann kam die nette Frau, die 29 war, aber wie 41 aussieht, und meinte, guck dir den nochmal an. Der nimmt nichts. Hör auf, mit denen zu reden. Das ist ein ganz lieber. Dann hat die mir so an die Bange gepackt und ist weitergegangen. Und dann dachte ich mir so, wo bin ich hier? Das ist ein magischer Ort, Chat, solche Raves.
Age. He was obviously having the time of his life, so maybe it is a taster of what you can do at that age, but I think seeing as I'm already quite tired,
Sie hat recht, Chat, ja, ich war wirklich
maybe I can't hack it.
Schrecklich nüchtern.
Away from the onslaught of a rave or festival, there are people also keeping the party going into their twilight years in a more low-key, private way.
I'm in a quaint little town on the edge of Bristol, and we're about to meet up with a guy called Dave. He's 65 now, but he's been on the sesh since he was 11 years old. Oh, this is lovely.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you?
Nice to meet you. How
Nice
are
to
you?
see you.
There's
Yes.
an axe in the TV.
It was too loud. I wanted it quieter.
And you've got motorbikes.
And I can't wait to ride
What
it
the fuck, Alter?
again. It's supposed to be this summer.
Do you have any
Eine Axt in seinen Fernseher reingeschlagen, weil der Fernseher zu laut war.
plans for the summer?
Rave.
Proper rave?
Yeah.
What does that consist of?
Getting off your head. And listening to banging music and trying to dance, which I can't anymore. It's like the same as I used to.
So what have we got here on this table?
Nice bit of solid hash, nice bit of weed, a bit of coke,
And today?
Just done little bits of coke just to get myself warmed up. Bombed a bit of Moondye and I've been smoking weed, well, just constantly, really.
And how are you feeling?
Like I haven't done anything yet.
So you've almost become, like, immune in some way.
It's possible. I guess the system is just used to it.
Was your drug-taking culture part of biker life?
No.
Was ist das Shit?
Boarding school, I got introduced to it. Everything keeps moving on, doesn't it? 11 years old, I started smoking hash.
11?
Used to discover coke and then acid as well. Acid, the mushrooms develop into acid.
And you haven't stopped ever since?
So I suppose that would just make my entire life a complete farce, wouldn't it?
What's that there?
That's a bit of coke.
Oh, you just put it in your mouth like that?
Yeah.
In terms of your health then, are you just at a point where you're just a bit like, it doesn't matter?
Pretty much. When your body goes, what do you think you're doing, gives you a slap, I suppose that's when you do.
Does your body give you a slap?
I haven't done yet. Well, it did, because it gave me throat cancer. I had radiotherapy.
I can't deal with the fact that you just munch that, though.
Ja, ist keiner weird. Also keiner normal für ihn, Chat.
Do you almost feel like if you stopped this, you might have problems?
No. There's no, I'm going to be in bits if I don't. I'm alive. And I'm still doing it. Doing my gardening, my odd jobbing, and getting off my head whenever I feel like it.
After trying on Dave's novelty hats and having a little skank, he invited me to come to his favourite reggae night in Bristol.
Going to a pub to listen to some reggae dubs. So Ghostbusters van. Wow!
You about to do another bomb?
Yeah, need to just warm up, innit?
Bottoms up. Do you feel...
Das ist absolut, Chat, das ist wirklich, so funny der Typ ist und so gut es denen geht, ist ziemlich Endstation, was wir gerade sehen, Chat, ganz ehrlich. Mal eben so ein bisschen so casual mit einem Bier eine MDMA-Bombe einzunehmen auf dem Weg zu Reggae Night, Chat. Nachdem man mehrere Bumps Coke gemanscht hat, ist sehr, sehr verdächtig.
Feel drunk or pissed or anything?
No.
Didn't you just have a bomb of MDMA?
No, I've had 2 or 3 already. And a couple
2 oder 3 sogar.
of bits of coke.
You haven't come up?
No.
Do you come up?
No, I'm not sure.
So what's the point?
Everything has a point. Every leaf on every tree, every blade of grass has a point.
Maybe the MDMA has kicked in. Are you excited for a night out?
Yeah.
Oh no, are you going to bomb?
No.
This is funky. Cheers.
Cheers. Salut.
So do you crave social environments like this, music and people?
Definitely. Definitely. That's why I go to the pub every day.
Jeden Tag.
How easy would you say it is for you to get mates to come out on a night like this with you?
1 or 2 would. The rest, no.
How old are the people you're hanging out with?
40s, 30s, 25. They're only people from the pubs and the people who are doing the party scenes, which is that age group.
Do you like it that way, or do you wish some people were your age?
Yeah, it'd be handy if there was a few girls my age, innit?
In a way, I would say that partying is really, really social, but do you think in some aspects it's quite lonely?
No. Loneliness is a state of mind, isn't it? It's like boredom. It's a state of mind. I don't get bored, and I don't get lonely. After never knowing your parents, never knowing who your dad is.
Okay.
There are thousands of us.
Is it a coping mechanism in a way?
Yeah, there you go. Coping mechanism, yeah. Yeah.
So actually, maybe you're a bit sad?
I have no idea. I wouldn't allow myself to think it.
Dave needed a joint and a breather outside to help him calm down from his cocaine MDMA potion. So what's your plans for the rest of the night, then?
Get back down the pub and see where the party's at.
Hoping to meet some people?
Yeah, definitely. It's guaranteed. It's Friday.
Well, I've got to leave before the night gets a bit too messy, but make sure you look after yourself.
Of course, of course.
Take it easy.
Yes, thank you, and you do the same.
And if ever I'm partying too hard, I'll be like, remember what Dave said, listen to your body. I really like Dave, he was a nice chap. some might call him a legend because he was, you know, out partying at this age. You've got to commend him for it. But at the same time, I'm a little bit worried about him in many ways because, in a way, the reason why he goes out all the time is because he's lonely and he's thriving off all of that social energy and being with people. He's been through a lot. He talked about having cancer. He's had family issues. And I guess if this is a way that he wants to deal with that kind of thing, then it's his choice.
Er hat auch gesagt, dass er seine Eltern niemals kannte. Klingt wie so ein troublesome life, wisst ihr? Nicht unbedingt die leichtesten Startvoraussetzungen ins Leben.
But what effect does this lifestyle have on an aging body? I needed a guinea pig, and I found it in this total madhead.
Ja. Was denkt ihr, was für eine Droge mag der gerne, ha? Das ist so eine Vermutung auf jeden Fall.
London's Tommy Mac is an absolute icon of the party scene.
Ja, und ich rede nicht von Alkohol, Chat. Riecht die Uhr gut, ja? Ich weiß nicht, ich habe noch nie so oft an meiner Uhr gerochen.
Icon of the party scene. The 66-year-old club promoter has won the Up All Night Award 5 times running at the London Bar and Club Awards. It's easy to see why.
I'm 60 years old, still partying.
We've calculated that in his entire lifetime, Tommy has taken 10 kilos of cocaine, 1.2 kilos of MDMA, 2,000 pills, and 2 kilos of ketamine. A few
Was sind das für Charaktere, die da gerade gefilmt werden, Chat?
emergencies in Tommy's recent life have caused him to book himself a full MOT.
Gut.
So we're going to spend the next hour or so chatting about your physical health, your
Warum trägt er eine Sonnenbrille? Indoors, Chat.
general health, and then hopefully doing some tests and investigations.
I think I needed the lifestyle I've led. It might be a bit of a wake-up call for me, so I'm quite pleased coming in today.
Ist ja hell, stimmt, ja, ist auch ziemlich hell da, stimmt.
So what I'm going to just start off by doing is just to ask you a few questions about your concerns that might have led you to book a well-man check like this.
I thought when I was out once, it was a complete 4-day bender, and then I couldn't breathe, I was constricting, and I was actually thought I was going to die there and then. So when I went to the hospital, they thought I might have had a mini stroke.
Ich sag mal so, seine Physiologie, ne? Ich meine, er ist auf jeden Fall fettleibig auch noch gleichzeitig dazu, ne? Also er macht auch viele Probleme im Alter.
That must have been scary.
Allgemein immer, eigentlich.
It's very scary, yeah.
Does something like that not put you off?
Yeah, it does, but then another day comes along, doesn't it?
What would be the weekly spend on drugs that you would have?
Easy, £1,000 a week.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
What was your go-to drug? What was the one that you...
What was my favourite one?
Ja, ganz einfach. Cola.
Your favourite?
For the madness,
was?
ketamine. Someone gave me one on my birthday that knocks out elephants. And just a little bit like, and I couldn't get out the toilet. Couldn't get out there. They had to carry me out. I was a very, very good athlete, very good runner. When I walk now, it could be like a couple hundred yards. I'll have to have a stop.
Do you have to stop?
Yeah.
How long would you stop for?
I feel good again. I'm addressing the situation now. You know, it's like the heart will say one day I've had enough. And it could happen in your sleep, couldn't it? I've lost a lot of friends in their sleep. The heart just goes. Naturally, I don't want to go like that way. My son just had a new baby and I've got 6 beautiful grandchildren. And,
6 grandchildren. How many children do you have?
4.
4 children.
That's the most important thing.
A range of tests were to be aimed at Tommy's organs, the heroes on the front line of his half-century sesh.
Okay. Stop there, Tommy. Fantastic.
You're right. You've got this. Come on.
Now, what's next? Game of Monopoly?
For someone who loves Coke and cigarettes as much as Tommy, it was important to do a cardiopulmonary, which examines his heart and lung function.
The bondage is coming on now, look.
Put a muzzle on it. Doing really well.
I know it's getting tough. You're doing really well, my man. That's it. Really good. Okay. All right, great.
Hat irgendjemand von euch schon mal sowas gemacht? Ich habe es schon ganz oft gesehen. Irgendwie hätte ich mal Bock auf sowas.
Job.
How do you think that went then?
It's a bit of an eye-opener.
Warum hast du sowas gemacht? So einfach Spaß so beim Arzt oder gab es einen Grund?
It's a bit frightening, but at the same time, I needed to have it done. So I look forward to the results. You know, I've been the party animal for the last 50 years, so things have got to change.
Das Stechenherzen, oh boy, gute Besserung.
Things have got to change, yeah.
And what are your plans for the next couple of days?
Okay.
Next couple of days,
Be honest.
I've been booked in the posh hotel.
Okay.
Going VIP at a couple of clubs.
Okay.
And might invite a few girls out.
Any drugs involved?
There's always drugs involved.
Right. So there was nothing in there that like, scared you? You're still going to go out, you're still going to have a good time?
I will wait to see for the whole package.
Okay.
The doctors had found a combination of high blood pressure, reduced lung capacity, and a below-average performance on the cardiopulmonary tests. Dr. Rupert was worried that all it could take was one particularly outlandish session to tip him over the edge. Even after so many come-downs, regrets, health scares, and money issues, people who do lots of drugs often don't see their consumption as a big deal. So to help them understand the true scale of their lifelong drug habits, we had to do something drastic. We came up with a very silly idea. We're calling it, This Is Your Sesh Life. To put things into perspective, we've decided to calculate the amount of drugs that these guys have done throughout their lifetime, and we've put it in props on tables behind us. We have Gary Shepherd, Tommy Mack, and Dave didn't turn up because he had a big party last night.
Das ist ironisch.
But we do have Guy Jones, a drugs expert, and he's going to tell us the impact that the drugs have had on them throughout their lifetime.
Dave kann leider nicht kommen, um über seinen Drogenkonsum zu lernen, weil er zu viele Drogen am Tag zuvor genommen hat.
First up, we have Gary Shepherd. Gary, I'm going to take the blindfold off you now.
Wow.
I don't actually think this is that bad compared to the state over there.
Es geht immer
so
schlimmer.
We have 288 grams in total of cocaine, 576 grams in total of speed, a small handful of MDMA, you don't really like MDMA, 288 pills, 8.7 kilos of weed, and 576 tabs in total of LSD, which doesn't actually look like that much. For most people, they would stop taking drugs at 33, but you decided to start taking them. Why was that?
It was purely for raving, yeah.
On a table in front of us like this, it looks like a huge amount, but spread over many years, I would say this isn't an insane amount of drug use. One of the interesting things to note is that if you do decide at some point that, OK, you're done with it and you want to move forwards, then as soon as you stop taking those drugs, your body's going to start making a recovery quite quickly.
Back in the 90s, one pill would last you all night because they were that strong, yeah. It was called the Love Dove.
Tommy was talking about those yesterday.
Tommy, can you hear anything? I don't think... Tommy!
Hey! Yeah, for William Wallace. Once the Love Dove had disappeared, for me, it was pointless taking another E because you never get the experience. Everyone still talks about it. Feeling lovey-dovey.
Having analysed ecstasy tablets in the early 90s compared to now, what's happened to the tablets is that they've got much stronger and purer. With repeated heavy use, that causes small amounts of damage, which reduces people's ability to enjoy MDMA. So people often report that they think MDMA was stronger in the past and it lasted longer. Actually, it's the same stuff. Indeed, over the last 10 years, it's been stronger than it ever has been. What's changing here is not the drug molecule, but actually it's the squishy material inside somebody's brain.
Okay.
Tommy, I'm going to take your blindfold off and you may be a little shocked. Or not.
Oh, hey.
Kommt jetzt die Frage, ob das echt ist oder so? Wisst ihr, was ich meine? Hält er gleich die Nase rein?
So we have cocaine and we have 9.6 kilos in total. We have MDMA, 1,288 grams
That's
total.
about right.
1,944 pills.
That's not a lot, is it?
Do you not think?
No, I don't think so.
So then we have LSD, 624 tabs. And I'll tell you how much ketamine is in there. It's 2,064 grams.
Where the coke was big and we were earning loads and loads of money, got a line, Tommy? I said, yeah, I'll get the wrap out. It'll be a full wrap, isn't it? Yeah, look, the whole lot on the face because I didn't care.
Guy, does it worry you to see that amount of cocaine on the table?
Yeah, it's worrying. By taking a large amount in a short amount of time, the chance of having a stroke or a heart attack is greater.
And I've also got an underlying heart problem already, so it doesn't actually help, does it?
Obviously, seeing the amount of cocaine that he's done, it is worrying. It's a shock.
Here's a bit of a wake-up call.
Next, we have Dave's table.
Oh, my God.
Dave.
It makes me look like a novice.
Well, a lot of them are the same, aren't they? Apart from
They are.
They are. Gary, do you feel like an angel in comparison to everyone else?
I've got 3 sons, a young wife. So, like Tommy says, same thing for me. I want to be around as long as possible. So I think by reducing what I do these days is only a positive thing.
You planned that, didn't you?
It had to be done.
The world is yours.
Caning Class A drugs when your body isn't up to it is of course a terrible idea. But it may also be possible to party in a sustainable fashion as you get older, and young people today definitely don't look like they're going to be stopping anytime soon.
When does the party end? Never.
Why should you stop? At what age does life stop lifing?
As you get older, like, you might party a bit less, but when you do it, you probably have a better relationship with it.
My mum is 46. Jungle, drum and bass, everything. Partying has no limit.
But regardless of what society thinks, our bodies may prove to be the limiting factor in this eternal chemical youth.
For now, as long as possible, I guess. When I find it difficult to get to the point.
Okay. Ich verstehe, worum es geht. Passt auf euch auf, Chat, ja? Passt bloß auf euch auf.